Hello everyone, so this is going to be a video just to highlight some of the hypocrisy and some of the irresponsible attitudes taken by people who profess to be flat earth activists or globe deniers or whatever they want to call themselves, going out speaking to the public and some of the things they are saying and how they don't take responsibility for it. And I just wanted to highlight how I feel that's reckless irresponsibility. So on the left hand side here there's a guy called Robin Campbell, allegedly. He's got a YouTube channel you'll see in the comments section there at the top called Lifting the Lid. And then in the middle it's Jason of the Disbury family, that's his YouTube channel, and on the right hand side it's Roxanne Glenn, or Roxanne the Globalist Denier, whatever the fuck that means. And then obviously this is a hangout that they've set up under the Globe Live channel, and I just joined in yesterday and noticed some of the things that were being said and contributed in chat, and found myself the recipient of some strange responses, and eventually I was blocked at the end. So you won't be able to see any of my comments in the live chat replay if you go to this video yourself, and you won't be able to see any of the comments written by other people. Celtic67 backup also was in there asking similar questions as well, and he was also blocked at the same time, pretty much right at the very end. So I'm just going to go through and highlight a question that was put to these people with regards to misrepresentations of the objective facts, and how talking to the obviously the public about Admiral Byrd and ice walls and domes and things like that. These are irresponsible misrepresentations of the objective facts. You don't know these things exist. You don't know that they're real, and they're very, very weak premises to go out there hanging your conversations on with people, because it can be very easily looked at and discarded because it's garbage. You've never been to an ice wall, so stop misrepresenting the objective facts. Now here is the question that comes through from Celtic67, and I'll just go through and show you Roxanne's ridiculous response to it.
It says, "Hi Roxanne, are you promoting misrepresenters for any reason in particular? Please justify why talking about an ice wall benefits the individual. Thanks." Okay, Celtic67, I'm going to give it to you straight.
How does it empower the individual?
People like myself are on a personal pursuit of truth.
So fuck the individual. It's all about just you and what you want and your personal pursuit. So why are you out there speaking to people if you have no regard for, the accuracy of what you're saying? If it's just what you want to spew at them, your beliefs, and you're just another religious preacher, aren't you? He's asking you how does it empower the individual that you go around talking about ice walls that you don't know exist, as if they do exist, and you think your belief holds some merit. It's somehow scientific garbage.
And at one point on that personal pursuit of truth, I envisaged what I thought may have been an ice wall.
So Roxanne's been on a personal pursuit of truth, and she's envisaged an ice wall. So did you actually go to the ice wall, or were you just envisaging it when you're on your personal pursuit? So you're telling me about an imagination that you have, or have you actually been to an ice wall? Because I don't see any proof of an ice wall, Roxanne. So what are you talking about?
Encompassing the water in which we call oceans, yeah? Given that water needs to be contained.
Water needs to be contained, therefore the public should entertain my ideas about what I envisage on my personal journey, because it's all about me. Bullshit.
Yeah, so that's my own personal journey, okay? And who I interact with in public makes that public conversation something for you to view. Now, if I want to research things and look into things on my personal pursuit of truth,
well, that's fine, go and do that. Well, you're speaking to the public. You're out there putting content out to the public as well. So you need to be taking responsibility for what you're actually saying to people. All well and good, whatever you do in your private time by yourself, envisaging and imagining things, but you're actually going out there speaking to people, so you take responsibility for that, and you answer the questions that come to you about it, Roxanne. The question was, how does it empower the individual? And all you're getting back is some waffle about, it's my personal journey, don't judge.
You need to do so. Like, it's okay for you to put your opinions in my chat room and Jason's chat room.
Right, so that's pretty much the utter extent of the garbage response that comes to a sensible, reasonable question. So I'll just move on and show you a little bit of a comment later on that's made by Jason. I arrive about 55 minutes into this video, and I just asked Jason, because he's in a clip with doing his activism, and he's saying to people, well, we believe this and we believe that, as if he's speaking on behalf of anyone but himself. And he's also saying, well, science says that satellites exist in space. And I mean, what is he actually talking about? What science is that? Because he's not breaking down the subdivisions of it. That's a theoretical aspect, that can't be demonstrated and repeatedly proven. So, again, this is just nonsense coming out of his mouth. But he does say here, in regards to me, that he's aware of me.
It's nice to see connotations towards the likes of myself and Jason, and it's nice that, a year ago you were there, you're still there now asking questions. It's good, it's healthy. I think everybody should ask questions, whether they're negative or not,
Stop getting personal, whether it's negative or not. Answer the question. It's nothing about you personally, please. It's just not about you. Remove that overinflated sense of entitlement that everything is about you. I'm talking about objective facts here. You're representing something that's, the objective fact that we don't know where we are. And you're then giving people false beliefs that, there's an ice wall that contains the water and there's a dome and the Most High made it and all this crap. You're confusing people. You're not helping people break down the subdivisions of science and identify where these claims are coming from and their individual processing of those claims as well. You're not helping the individual on that journey because you're too consumed with your own personal journey, aren't you? So anyway, this is Jason saying that he agrees with a lot of what I say, and you'll see the hypocrisy and the discrepancies with the things he later says.
Yeah, you do. I read a lot of what Beyond Belief says and that. He makes a few good points and things.
I agree with a lot of what Beyond Belief says and that. He makes a few good points and things like that. So let's just skip it on a bit and... I've gone way too far there. Bring it back. Yeah.
Thumbs up. But this video, it is what it is. The Globe Lie response. We're here responding to your questions.
Well, I've asked quite a lot of questions in here, and I'm not getting any responses to it. Jason, what kind of science says satellites exist? Why don't you break down the subdivisions of science to those you speak to about it? Jason, define what you mean by we. It shouldn't be difficult. You're not responding to questions. You claim to be. And you're putting videos out there professing to be something that you're not. Your words are different to your actions. So, and, as it goes on as well, there's another instance here where they're asking for help with the questions. Just silly, daft questions like, of course the Earth's a sphere, satellites, and they're struggling with it. And it's bizarre because you're talking about people who supposedly have been activists for a period of years. It's nonsense.
Actio, reactio principle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe that we have questions crew in the chat room could help us with this as well and give their answer for it as well. Celtic, Beyond Belief, you too.
So you want answers to questions, you want help from people, but you're not willing to respond with any kind of good faith to the questions that are being put to you. So maybe if you expect something from someone, you'd be the first to show it, huh? Anybody teach you that?
I'm crying bullshit on that as well.
Oh yeah, but
do you have
the satellites in space is bullshit. Yeah, you've only just clocked onto that, haven't you? I'm just calling bullshit on that. First time I've ever called bullshit on it. It's only been 4 fucking years, or however long you profess to have been awake for.
If someone
look at it next week and quickly say that Beyond Belief says this. This is how he would answer this question.
I'd love one of them too, but
They don't know how to answer these questions. They just know how to gatekeep. That's it.
How have you come to that conclusion, you fucking idiot? I'm not the one who's having trouble with people saying, but satellites, but my pictures. You're the one having trouble with that. You're the one who's asking for help. So who's the retard here, you fucking nugget? Obviously, it's just shit. This guy needs a face snappy, a big one. And then as it goes on, there's a little definition of what they mean by we.
It's like this on my Instagram and stuff, and for me, that's really where I'm at. Can't North just be in the middle of whatever flat plane that this is that we can observably see? Maybe.
Oh, can't it just? In my ideas, in my imaginations, that's how it is then. And I'll go around telling everyone else that's what I think it is, because that's what's really helping everybody, isn't it? You want to help them come out of a belief system by giving them a nice new, sparkly, brand new belief system to buy right into. You're at it. You're at it because if you were genuine and sincere, you'd have been contemplating and making improvements and adjustments. You wouldn't still be talking about fucking Admiral Byrd, ice walls, domes, God made it, and Jesus loves you, and all this fucking cack. It doesn't fit in with, let's find out the objective facts. What do we actually know? You don't know where you are. You don't know what contains the water. You do know that water does need to be contained, as that's part of your constitution, something you know naturally. But yeah, as it goes on, the definition of we comes here.
I shouldn't have said the word we. Sorry for anyone I've offended with that word there.
Well, yeah, but we are we, because I agree with you. It's we, didn't you?
Yeah. Disclaimer, me and Jason...
They're just piss takers, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? This is supposed to be a mature adult response to sensible questions, you know, to come to resolution, and there's just, it seems to be none of that, these people.
That we're all on the same page, and maybe
and if people do have disagreements, what are they and why, and can we talk about it?
Well, stop fucking blocking people then. You've blocked me, and I'll show you the comments later on that are in here that they've blocked me for. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Your actions are inconsistent with your words. You're saying that you want to resolve things and you want people to ask questions and, you know, you want to respond to those questions, but you don't really. You want to ignore those questions, mock and ridicule the people that ask them. You want to be condescending. You want to be, diversionary and evasive, and then you're going to just block them and delete everything that you said in the comments section and hide them completely from your chat boxes altogether, everything they've said. And that's not consistent with what you're saying here about, you know, come forward. You know, I value some of the things Beyond Belief says. I agree with. It just doesn't fit with, oh yeah, he's a gatekeeper and all he knows to do is to gatekeep. It's garbage, you know. You need to be consistent with your words. No wonder I'm having problems with you answering straightforward questions. Look at your actions and how are they just totally inconsistent with your behaviour. So as we move on, get to the crux of it really. Jason actually comes down. You know, I think he's had a bit of a tough day, and he just spills the beans on the truth of his position.
That was run by the US government. Look, I 100% agree. I really do. Being on the streets and that, my sole goal, whether I get things right or wrong, personally I'm not interested.
Right, so it's about him being personally interested in whether he gets it right or wrong. So he doesn't care whether he gets things right or wrong. He doesn't care if he's misinforming the public. He doesn't care if he's misleading people. He doesn't care for the recovery period that comes with people who come to this realization that the entire foundation of psychological and emotional foundation of their existence has been a faulty one. You know, he doesn't care that he gets that wrong. So I think that's reckless and irresponsible. And I really do think that the hostile responses towards questions here demonstrate that these people do have something to hide. So as we'll move on as well, just move on to the end here. There's a little bit where he's asking for people to teach him.
A few out there, especially Beyond Belief, Celtic 67, teach us, let us know what we're missing. They're like, how would you answer any of these questions? If you've got a better...
How would you answer any of these questions? Well, these are questions that you should know to answer yourself by now, and the fact you don't is seriously worrying. But as you can see here, you've got people responding to myself and Celtic 67. Tapper 777 is saying she has permission off me as well as many others. So he thinks he's got the inside track on who's given Roxanne express permission other than himself. So I think he couldn't answer why he knows that or why he feels it's responsible for individuals to be handing over their self-responsibility to another to speak on their behalf. And then, of course, if you disagree with these people, it's pretty much along the lines of go play on the flat motorway, death wishes. So these things aren't inappropriate or worthy of being banned. Wishing people to go and play with traffic, that's absolutely fine. We'll keep those people in. What we'll do, Robin Campbell, of course, being the Globe Live channel host, decided to delete both Celtic 67 and I right at the very end. I'm not sure if he felt as though he knew that we would notice that or not, but perhaps the idea is to totally exhaust you and waste your time, because when you add comments and you're blocked, it appears to you as if they are there when they aren't in fact. So yeah, I'll just show you some of the comments that I was leaving, and you can see here when you read through if any of them are worthy of being deleted. So I mean, do you see anything provocative and abusive in here and accusatory? And these are relevant to the things that he's saying. So yeah, just be wary of these tactics, folks, because you can be in a chat box and you can be asking questions. You can be blocked and banned, and everything you asked is deleted and it's not there. And these people will continue to profess in their echo chamber that they're, completely open to people asking questions, and they value them, and they want people to respond, and they want to hear people's answers to things. But they're not willing to answer any straightforward questions themselves, and they are very, very hostile and will block you. So just beware, folks.